Today our Way to a Wonderful Life message is titled Linked, Love and Prosperity. Love and Prosperity. Linked, Love and Prosperity. So we're going to find out how these two aspects of life are linked, and so we can understand how we can gain more love and more prosperity, more joy and more happiness in life. Excuse me. Now, through the years, I've received numerous messages from people who seek change in their lives. Many are looking to demonstrate prosperity and performing work that they love. Unfortunately, for many of them, they hold a negative thought about the work they currently perform or the position that they currently are in. This is not the mental attitude that will ensure the change they desire to realize. We don't get well by focusing on our illnesses, and we don't become prosperous by focusing on our lack of money. I know there are many people who are employed in jobs that they took based on financial need or because nothing else was available for them at the time. This happens. More money for a job that is the wrong fit for our creative mind will never make the job that doesn't fit any better, although more money may make it better for us temporarily. But love, that is the power of love, can get us into that greater job or position if we are willing to do that which we must do in order to draw on this power. Now, what I suggest people do, and it has worked effectively in most cases, is find something in the job or position they currently hold that they love, or at least like. Do that thing to the best of their ability and get into the spirit of it. As you notice yourself becoming more enthusiastic about this part of your work, you will know that you are on track to demonstrate something better suited for you. This doesn't mean that you will want to continue in this job or position, but you are being qualified for that something greater. Qualified for that something greater. Now, this same principle can work on just about everything else in life. If you want a better home, think of that. Think about your current home. Think about the things in your current home that you love or you like, and know that you are working with a power that will not only work through you as you to sell your current home, but will also guide you to the perfect new home for you. Now, each of us must understand that these are things that we must take into our mind every day. We can't let the negativity, we can't let the thoughts of the past, we can't let the things that we wish were different get in our mind and stay in our mind and let it cause us to lose our focus on what it is that we truly desire. Now, from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind and Spirit, we can read, the one who attempts to change oneself or another through a recognition of the creative power of mind and the ever availability of good is a mental or spiritual practitioner. Such a one refuses to allow negative thoughts to control their consciousness. They endeavor to greet the divinity in everyone they meet. The one seeking to demonstrate the power of spiritual realization in everyday affairs should believe in divine guidance. They should affirm that their mind is continually impressed with the images of right action and that everything in their life is controlled by love, harmony, and peace, that everything they do prospers, and that the eternal energy back of all things animates everything which they undertake. Every objective evidence contrary to good should be resolutely denied, and in its place should come a sense of right action. They should feel a unity of spirit in all people and running through all events. They should declare that the spirit within them is part of that greater spirit, that infinite spirit, and that it's quickening into right action everything they touch, bringing the best out of all their experiences and forever guiding and sustaining them. The greatest good which our mind is able to conceive should be affirmed as a part of our everyday experience. No matter what the occupation of such a person, they are a mental and spiritual practitioner, and from such daily meditation they should venture forth into a life of action with the will to do, the determination to be, and a joy in becoming. So Ernest Holmes is telling us in a nutshell that we all have the ability to live the life that we will love, and we have the ability to live it prosperously and joyfully if we put the power of our mind to it. But we must never forget that love and prosperity are eternally linked. Love and prosperity are eternally linked. We can't forget that. Now I have some more from Ernest Holmes. He writes, mind in its subjective state is universal. Mind in its subjective state cannot act until it is set in motion by mind in a conscious state. Therefore, universal subjective mind is a doer and not a self-conscious knower. It knows how to, but it does not have any conscious knowledge that it is doing. We call it forth into expression. The universal mind is contained the essence of everything that ever was, is, or shall be. The seen and the unseen are in it and governed by it. It is the sole and only creative agency in the universe. And all other apparent creative agencies are it working in different ways. Things exist in the universal mind as ideas. Ideas take form and become things, the concrete or the visible world. Thought calls forth from the universal into expression. So the correct understanding that mind in its unformed state can be called forth into individual use is the key to all proper mental and spiritual work. From a practical viewpoint, to know that we are surrounded by such a creativeness is not enough, however. We must use this knowledge for definite purposes. If we expect to make conscious use of the law for personal self-expression in this limitless medium of potential of all our desires exists in an unformed state. The unformed is ready to take form, but having no intention of its own, because it is not self-knowing, form must be imposed upon it. Imposed, or I should say, impressed upon it. Form is impressed or imposed upon it by the self-knowing mind of God and of mankind. Mankind in the little world, God in the great world. Excuse me. Now all this seems kind of fantastical in a way, but it's the truth. Think about our mind. Look at the mind of mankind. Think about all the evolution of ideas and things that have happened in just your lifetime. If you're over a certain age, you would never have experienced having a cell phone or a mobile phone or a smartphone or a smart TV. You would never have imagined that there would be artificial intelligence where you could speak and ask questions of an inanimate object and it would respond to you. All this is coming from the mind of mankind as the spirit of intelligence and power works through us, as us, and for us. But we must accept the ideas. We must know that there's something guiding us, directing us, something that's drawing into our life, that something that is greater, that something that is more wonderful, more beautiful, more loving, more prosperous, whatever it is, more creative, whatever it is that we're looking for. You know, our mind is powerful. So is the love that our heart symbolizes. Every great spiritual teacher has taught this as the truth. If a preacher, a priest, a rabbi, or anyone else with a spiritual or religious title focuses on mistakes or sins, then they are guilty of malpractice. No one needs to tell us that we have made mistakes. We have the good sense to realize that for ourselves. But we are not the sum total of our mistakes. Most of the time, the person who is lecturing about sins are hiding their own sins anyway. It is no secret that what we say comes from our very own soul. So let's not waste our time with people who want to scare us or make us feel unworthy. It's not worth it. I really enjoy these words from Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. He says, be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Talk health. Talk happiness and prosperity to every person you meet. In other words, be alive. Lift people up with your attitude of positivity and enthusiasm. He writes, make all your friends feel there is something special in them. Look at the sunny side of everything. Think only the best and be as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. Forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. Give everyone a smile. Spend so much time improving yourself that you have no time left to criticize others. Be too big for worry and too noble for anger. That was from the great Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. So it's up to us to realize what it is that we want and to know and accept that we can have what we want if we're willing to do the work, if we're willing to work on our own self, to put our own consciousness on surveillance, as Dr. O.C. Smith used to say, and allow ourselves to believe in ourselves and believe that there's a power greater than we are, that we're a part of. That infinite I within us is God, as us, for us. As the Mastermind Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. And that kingdom is power, it's intelligence, and it's spirit. We have the spirit to become positive, the spirit to become enthusiastic, and then we have the power, and we have the intelligence to do that thing that we must do in order to realize the good that we desire. Now I'm going to share with all of you some spiritual prayers or spiritual treatments, whatever you want to call them.